Before you leave your bed, say these 9 things to change your day. For decades, we have been told that the healthiest way to start the day is to leap right out of bed, stretch your arms, and get moving. But modern cardiology tells a very different, rather surprising story. Did you know that the highest risk of cardiovascular events actually occurs in the first 2 hours after waking? When you abruptly transition from sleep to standing, your body releases a massive flood of a stress hormone called cortisol. This sudden spike forces your blood vessels to constrict rapidly. It causes a sharp, immediate increase in blood pressure, placing unnecessary harsh strain on your heart and your delicate arteries. So, you do not need to rush. You do not need to force your body into motion before it is truly ready. When you first open your eyes in the morning, the world can feel quite heavy. I know you might feel a deep, dull stiffness in your knees, or a familiar tightness in your lower back that makes you want to pull the covers back over your shoulders. Sometimes it feels as though the delicate hinges of your body have rusted overnight, and just the simple thought of standing up requires a quiet, exhausting kind of courage. Please know that this morning heaviness is not a sign of weakness. Your body has spent the entire night doing the deep, exhausting work of repairing your cells. Your bed is not just a place of rest. It is a sacred space where profound, natural healing can begin before your feet ever touch the cold floor. What if instead of fighting the morning stiffness, instead of mentally bracing yourself for the aches of the day ahead, you used these precious quiet moments in the dawn to rewrite the chemical signals flowing through your veins? There is a way to intercept that morning stress. By speaking 9 specific, deeply grounded phrases before you even shift your weight, you can lay down a warm blanket for your nervous system, soothing the inflammation right at the source and gently, lovingly coaxing your body into a state of peaceful longevity. For thousands of years, ancient traditions around the world, from the dawn prayers found in the Psalms to the morning chants of Eastern monks, have held a deep reverence for the first spoken word of the day. They did not have access to modern neuroimaging, but they intuitively understood that the breath of the morning carries a unique life-giving power. They knew that how you greet the dawn sets the foundation for your physical and spiritual resilience. Today, modern neuroscience provides the exact mechanisms behind this ancient wisdom. When you first open your eyes, your brain does not immediately jump into the alert, highly active beta brainwave state. Instead, it lingers in what is known as the theta brainwave state. This theta state is a highly suggestible, deeply receptive window of neuroplasticity. During these fleeting 5 to 10 minutes, your subconscious mind is wide open, bypassing the critical, anxious filters of the waking mind. The words you choose to speak aloud during this window act as direct programming commands to your autonomic nervous system. Furthermore, the physical act of vocalizing specific sounds creates mechanical vibrations in the back of your throat. These vibrations directly stimulate the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the master control switch for your parasympathetic nervous system, which dictates your body's ability to heal, reduce pain, and repair tissue. When stimulated by your vocal cords, the vagus nerve releases acetylcholine. This vital neurotransmitter acts immediately to lower your heart rate, dilate your blood vessels, and suppress the production of inflammatory cytokines that cause chronic joint pain. So when you wake up and immediately sigh at the stiffness in your hands, or whisper your worries about the hours ahead, you are accidentally commanding your body to armor up for a stressful battle. You are unknowingly locking that inflammation deep into your tissues. But if we change the script, if you use this delicate theta window to speak words of safety and grace, you can send a gentle, soothing wave through your entire body, washing over your tired joints like a warm, healing balm. You are whispering directly to your cells, telling them that it is safe to relax and that it is safe to heal. Let us now explore the exact phrases that will activate this profound healing. As you lie there, feeling the weight of your body against the mattress, do not rush to move. Keep your eyes softly closed. The very first phrase you must speak is a command of safety. Speak this softly into the quiet room. I am safe and my body is allowed to rest. This might sound incredibly simple, but from a neurological standpoint, it is profoundly necessary. Chronic pain and the natural anxieties of aging often keep the brain's fear center the amygdala in a state of hypervigilance. Your brain constantly scans the environment for threats, assuming that the physical discomfort you feel is a sign of immediate danger. By verbally declaring your safety, you immediately shut down the amygdala's alarm system. This halts the production of stress hormones and instructs the parasympathetic nervous system to take over. You are telling your heart to beat a little slower. When we wake up and feel that familiar throb in our hips or the dull stiffness in our hands, our first instinct is often frustration. We tense up, wishing the pain would just disappear, feeling as though our own bodies have somehow betrayed us. But this emotional resistance creates physical tension. Tension tightly constricts your blood vessels. It starves the aching, stiff tissues of the vital oxygen and nutrients they desperately need to repair themselves. This brings us to the second phrase. Place one hand over your heart or gently upon the specific area that hurts the most, and softly say, I hear my body and I wrap my aches in compassion. Instead of fighting the pain, you are welcoming it with a quiet, profound grace. You are treating that painful knee or that stiff lower back not as an enemy, but as a weary, loyal friend who has carried you through decades of a beautiful, long life. A friend who simply needs a warm blanket of attention to soften and release. Clinical studies in psychoneuroimmunology reveal that mindful self-compassion physically lowers markers of systemic inflammation in the bloodstream, such as C-reactive protein. When you stop fighting your physical sensations, vasodilation occurs. Fresh oxygen-rich blood is finally allowed to rush into those stiff, neglected crevices of your joints. By simply shifting your spoken words from frustration to gentle acknowledgement, you are physically unlocking the tight, restrictive grip of morning pain. As we age, the weight we carry in the morning is not merely physical. It is often the dense, heavy accumulation of memories, worries for our grown children, and the quiet regrets that linger in the shadows of the night. Sometimes we wake up already exhausted by the thoughts of yesterday, carrying a heavy, invisible burden of grief or anxiety before the sun has even fully risen over the horizon. But carrying yesterday's emotional burdens into today has a profound physiological cost. Ruminating on past events or future anxieties triggers the continuous release of cortisol and adrenaline. This chronic hormonal flood increases oxidative stress at a cellular level. It damages the delicate endothelial cells that line your blood vessels, creating microscopic inflammation and effectively accelerating the aging process of your cardiovascular system. Therefore, the third phrase is an act of profound emotional hygiene. Speak this softly into the quiet morning air. I lay down the heavy burdens of yesterday, for they no longer belong to me. Imagine those spoken words acting as a gentle, cleansing river, flowing deeply through your chest and literally washing the rust from your arteries. You are giving yourself the ultimate permission to simply exist in this new day, completely untethered from the mistakes, the sorrows, or the unfinished business of the past. You do not need to carry the world on your shoulders. You do not need to solve every problem your family faces before breakfast. You are allowed to just be. To further this release, we must address the physical tension held in the breath itself. When we harbor worry, our breathing becomes shallow and trapped in the upper chest, which constantly signals the brain to remain on high alert. Deep diaphragmatic breathing combined with a vocalized release directly activates the vagal brake. This physiological mechanism rapidly lowers blood pressure and halts the production of stress hormones. This leads us to the fourth phrase. Take a slow, deep breath in, allowing your belly to rise, and as you exhale, gently say, "With this breath, I wash my spirit clean and let my worries dissolve into the dawn." Feel the physical deflation of your shoulders as you speak these words. Let the mattress beneath you absorb the weight of those lingering anxieties. Watch them evaporate like the cool morning mist outside your window, leaving behind a beautifully clear open space for your body to restore itself. Ancient healers did not just speak words, they understood the profound physical power of resonance. Chants, hymns, and the sustained vowels of prayer were not merely spiritual traditions. We now know through modern cardiology that producing sustained humming sounds directly stimulates the production of nitric oxide in the nasal cavity. Nitric oxide is a miracle molecule for aging arteries. It is a powerful vasodilator. It actively relaxes the inner muscles of your blood vessels, widening them to improve circulation and significantly lower blood pressure. This brings us to the fifth phrase. Take a gentle breath in, and as you speak, allow the vowel sounds to vibrate deeply within your chest. My cells are awakening, filled with the golden light of healing. Sometimes you might wake up feeling as though your inner battery is completely depleted, as if the vibrant spark of your youth has simply faded into the long twilight, leaving behind a profound, heavy exhaustion. But you have the power to manually switch on the microscopic energy centers within your cells. The mitochondria, the powerhouses of your biology, respond favorably to oxygen saturation and lowered cortisol. By combining deliberate breath with vocal resonance, you flood these cells with the exact chemical environment they need to generate fresh, vital energy for the day ahead. Next, we must synchronize the mind and the cardiovascular system. The Institute of Heart Math has conducted extensive clinical research on a state called heart coherence. When you intentionally experience feelings of appreciation while breathing deeply, the erratic, jagged rhythms of your heart rate transform into a smooth, harmonious wave. This state of coherence synchronizes your brain and your heart, maximizing your body's natural healing capacity and shutting down the biological stress response. Place both hands over your chest, feeling the steady rhythm beneath your palms, and speak the sixth phrase, "My heart beats with a steady, peaceful grace." Your beautiful, resilient heart has beaten hundreds of millions of times for you. It has carried you through profound grief, through breathtaking joy, and through every changing season of your long, remarkable life. It asks for so little in return. Give it this quiet moment of pure, uninterrupted harmony. Let your spoken words be a gentle, loving lullaby to the very organ that sustains you. As the years gracefully pass, one of the most silent, heavy fears we carry is the gradual slipping of our own minds. Waking up with a thick gray cloud of brain fog can be deeply unsettling. It feels as though you are trying to walk through a dense, heavy mist just to remember a simple name or to find the right thought to start your morning. The silent fear of losing your sharp, vibrant memories can cast a long, cold shadow over the dawn. But modern neurology offers us immense proven hope. Your brain is not a static organ that simply degrades with time. Thanks to the science of neurogenesis, your hippocampus, the very center of memory and learning, retains the miraculous ability to grow new neurons and forge new connections until your very last breath. What your brain requires most to pierce through the morning fog is a surge of oxygenated blood flow to the prefrontal cortex combined with a clear, focused intention. We can activate this cognitive clarity with the seventh phrase. Speak this clearly and firmly into the quiet space around you. My mind is clear-rooted and growing stronger with the dawn. Imagine your beautiful, intricate mind not as a fragile, fading light, but as an ancient, majestic oak tree. Its roots reach deep into the dark, nourishing earth, drawing up profound wisdom and steady strength. Even as the seasons change and the winds blow, the trunk remains unshakable, deeply grounded in the rich soil of your lifetime of experience. Once the mind is clear, we must give it a gentle direction. Without a sense of purpose, cortisol levels naturally rise, creating a lingering, restless anxiety that actually accelerates cognitive decline. Clinical studies on the psychology of aging consistently show that a defined sense of purpose is one of the most potent biological factors in preventing dementia and extending a healthy lifespan. It does not need to be a grand, exhausting mission. It simply needs to be a quiet, meaningful anchor for your daily actions. This brings us to the 8th phrase. Speak this softly with a profound sense of your own inherent value. I am needed, I am loved, and my simple presence today is a gift. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone. You do not need to exhaust yourself to earn your place in this world. Your simple, quiet existence is a profound blessing to the unfolding story of your family and your community. As we reach the final, most powerful phrase of your morning ritual, we arrive at the very core of human longevity. It is a concept that transcends diet, exercise, and even the most advanced modern medicine. It is the profound, measurable biological power of deep, resonant gratitude. In the fascinating field of epigenetics, cellular biologists have discovered that our emotional states actively influence how our DNA is expressed. When you genuinely feel and vocalize a state of gratitude, your brain releases a sudden, powerful cascade of healing neurotransmitters, specifically oxytocin and serotonin. This chemical cocktail does something absolutely remarkable. It physically protects and lengthens the telomeres at the ends of your chromosomes. These telomeres are the ultimate biological markers of a long, healthy life, and preserving them essentially slows the cellular aging process to a crawl. But beyond the microscopic science, there is the beautiful raw reality of your long and winding journey. You have lived through so much profound history. You have quietly weathered storms that no one else even knew about. You have loved so deeply, lost so profoundly, and yet, here you are, opening your eyes to the light of another dawn. Your physical vessel, with all its gentle aches, silver hair, and worn edges, is a magnificent living testament to your survival. It is not a failing machine. It is a sacred temple of endurance. This brings us to the 9th and final phrase. It is the ultimate anchor of grace. It is a spoken declaration of your enduring spirit. Place your hands over your heart one last time. Take the deepest, slowest breath you have taken all morning and speak these final words into the quiet room. I am profoundly grateful for this breath, this body, and the beautiful gift of exactly who I am today. Let those words softly echo through every single cell. Let that truth vibrate down into your very bones. You are not just fading into the background. You are standing in the quiet, magnificent grace of your golden years. You are wrapping your entire nervous system in the highest frequency of healing known to humanity. And now, my friend, your body is truly ready to rise. By speaking these 9 simple phrases each morning, you are not merely engaging in positive thinking. You are actively building a neurobiological shield against the physical stress of aging. When practiced daily, this sequential ritual creates a measurable cumulative reduction in your basal cortisol levels. It effectively trains your vagus nerve to maintain sustained parasympathetic dominance throughout the afternoon, ensuring your cardiovascular system remains relaxed, Your joints remain bathed in oxygen, and your cognitive pathways stay sharp and clear. You are taking back control of your cellular biology, one gentle word at a time. Try to remember the feeling of a quiet, golden morning from your childhood. Perhaps you recall the comforting, rich scent of coffee brewing in your grandmother's kitchen, or the soft, muffled sound of a radio playing gently in another room while you lay tucked safely under a heavy, warm quilt. In those precious, fleeting moments before the world truly woke up and demanded anything of you, you knew that you were completely safe. You knew that you were deeply loved just for existing. You can give that exact same beautiful feeling back to yourself every single morning. You have the lifelong wisdom, the hard-earned grace, and the biological power to be your own sanctuary. I would be so deeply honored to hear your thoughts on this morning practice. If you feel comfortable, please take a quiet moment to leave a comment below and share which of these 9 phrases brought the most peace to your heart today. Or perhaps share a beautiful, quiet morning memory of your own that still warms your spirit. Your stories create a profound, visible ripple of healing for every other gentle soul reading them. May your day be filled with easy movements, quiet joys, and a deep, abiding peace.